after the previous part where shit just went crazy. Let's be honest. It went absolutely crazy. We're back with the next part of Danganronpa. Let's try to figure out who the heck this person is, what is going on, where's Kyoko. There's so much to figure out. Let's start in duties. Okay, let's pick up where we left off. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and I'm gonna remember the voices. It's been a couple of weeks.
Serious?
Well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and then I headed to the dining hall. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? No then, Toko, what time is it?
Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right, it had to have been around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now that you mention it, I think you're right. So, I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. Nice. I'm not gonna lie, I like this music. It's reminding me of like Shin Megami Tensei. That's the vibe I'm getting from it. Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you.
What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi.
Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night.
Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking me about that now, and what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime.
How can you know that for sure?
Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So, the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night.
What?
Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have an airtight alibi. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko,
Then I'm the only one without alibi.
also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped at your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door. So where precisely were you?
I'm telling the truth. I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so...
That's hardly an alibi.
I know.
So, what now? You seem to be quite at the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Byakuya's account has been added to the truth bullet section.
Oh dear, that's not good. It's gonna look like it was us, but we were asleep.
And then we were getting potentially stabbed. And then Kyoko was saving us. And then, yeah, so I don't know.
So, who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore.
Okay, I'm surprised you're alright. That was quite a big explosion as well.
Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. And there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently the wound stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But how much blood there was in the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Wow, thanks! That was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So thank you, too.
Okay, let's have a look at the body. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not.
Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails and they're really long.
Well, that's definitely not Yeah, they're definitely not Kyoko's hands, right? And also, what's the thing on the hand?
They seem like they get in the way of normal activity.
See, I've never had long fake nails, so I always think that as well. But then I know people that do have really long fake nails, and they're perfect. They're fine. Like, they just crack on, and I'm like, I don't understand how when you've got like really long nails. I don't get it. It's a skill. I think it's a skill you have to learn. But yeah, I don't know. I've always just had very short nails, so. Fake nails have been added to the truth bullet section. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is it a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Oh. Okay. Oh, there's... The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. Oh, from where we threw water on it. That's because it got set on fire and then I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped the bucket of water on it, which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? Well, that to me is telling me that there is. Okay, so we've also got a knife. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this... It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma files that the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean the knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this? That's it. It's a knife the person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. That moment was fucking wild, dude. Whoever the person in the mask that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because... when they attacked, I was in kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and maybe then I... If this is really Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't be sure, but it feels like I've seen something like it before. But where?
Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later.
What is that? I don't know what that is. Like a bag or something? Take a look in the tool shed. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before?
I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case.
Yeah, I don't think I remember there being a tarp here before. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside, it's totally clean and completely dry. In other words, that the one side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. Yeah, I don't really think there's anything else to look at. Yeah, I don't really think there's anything else to... I don't think I've seen... Oh, there is more, okay. Oh, okay, sorry. What else is there? Yeah, I've done that. I remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop. I count 4 chickens, huff.
Huh? 4?
Oh, there's a chicken missing. Yo, what's going on, Makoto?
Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here?
Oh, of course, there were precisely 5.
Yeah, right?
Huh? What's wrong?
There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short.
Huh?
That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
What?
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Like this. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively could be changed.
Huh? Hold on.
So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet.
Which would mean the murder must have taken place.
Oh.
I think I've checked everything I need to in this area.
But I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically, that fragment I found before, there's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions, and I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true... Is that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What?
Limit my options?
Just give
Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I have to see if you'll let me borrow her room key.
Hey, Byakuya?
If you do come up with an alibi, I'll be happy to hear it later at the class trial.
Oh, no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it.
I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story.
Then, will you go with me?
Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I'll go with you, or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
I just found something. What is it?
It's...
It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. Bomb! And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about it. The fragments I found in the garden. Oh, that's from the bomb? Oh. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now, Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya.
You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go.
Wait for me!
Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid into the keyhole, and then... And it's open.
Looks like it, thanks.
So this is Kyoko's room. Oh, what's that on the table? There's something on the table. It's a wood block decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve?
I think it's probably a key.
Locks at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly
But if it is a key, I think I know what it might unlock.
Really? What?
Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo? Ooh, okay. Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting, at least not as far as the case is concerned.
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for?
Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here?
Sorry.
Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete.
Oh, I know!
Earlier, Kyoko gave me something.
Huh? What's this?
It's true. Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere.
Found it!
What's in the envelope?
Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it.
Well, something has
Interesting.
certainly happened, so open it.
Okay.
I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheet?
Under the sheets?
What?
That's all that was in there?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Under the sheets? What could it be? I'm guessing you mean bed sheets, right? Could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets...
What's this?
I found a crumpled piece of paper. Oh, this is the other student. Okay. Class 78 student registry. Makuro Ikusaba.
I see.
It appears to be Mikuro Ikusaba's profile.
Yeah, looks like it.
That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key.
God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and that's it.
It must have been a piece of paper. Or blank, yeah. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search.
Okay.
I made an effort to pull myself together and then looked down at the profile sheet. Name, Mikuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. What? Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, she and her family were on vacation in Europe. She disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped and she received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Oh, that's okay.
The ultimate soldier. A mercenary group?
This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in is like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other's sci-fi, and there's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That's how I saw things as just an ordinary person, but then
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this.
Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers, but they do have their uses and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all a part in a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it. Whoa! I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player and a bit player is becoming our hero.
It's you!
What? Huh? What have you got in your pretty little hand there? What? Uh-oh! You found her profile?
So what if we did?
Hey! Don't freak out on me! Now. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. In case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours.
Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself.
Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course! Absolutely! I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting?
Interesting?
It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game.
Oh. Wait, what? Wait. I like read it out and then I was like, wait, what did I just read? Oh, so it's one of us? Wait, one of us alive or one of us dead? Oh, shit.
I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that. Hey, when you all first got together in the main hall, way back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all.
A misunderstanding? Are you saying?
In other words,
That's right. There weren't actually 15 of you.
yes, indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16.
16, then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
16th student Mukuro Ikusaba. Yeah, but she was just called the ultimate soldier. So is she actually the ultimate despair, or is it someone else? Or maybe there's like two of them. Maybe like Mukuro Ikusaba is the one who's dead, and she was dispatched to like try to frame someone for killing Makoto, and obviously Kyoko solved it, and it didn't. Obviously now like she's dead and Kyoko's like hiding somewhere, and maybe one of the other students is actually the ultimate despair or something. Like there's gotta like I think this person that's dead is Mukuro Ikusaba. I don't think it's Kyoko, but maybe there's someone else behind all this. If like Monokuma's still active, it means the person behind it probably isn't dead then, right? She's part of this school life, so the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh? Did you say something?
Why are you telling us this?
Oh, well, because... like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You won't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know.
Yes, indeed.
Make sense?
Well now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I'll have an extra bonus for you.
Revenge?
I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with ya.
Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but...
Oh. So yeah, that hand is not hers for sure.
She wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see.
What?
Okay, now that's all you're gonna get.
Okay, we know that's not Kyoko then. Like that dead body is not Kyoko for sure.
Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, it's on the back of her hand.
The tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said there were scars, right? That's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars, which means... those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap.
His trap?
Such ignorance.
God must really have hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Murokuro was a student here.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Murokuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that, and why now?
He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later.
But the mere fact that he said that proves that Murokuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair.
Mukuro is related to the case?
It's certainly
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko.
What?
That would explain why we have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her a part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear.
Murokuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit.
What makes you say that?
We thought Murokuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us?
That's a good point.
So in other
Murokuro
words,
giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense than to assume that Murokuro isn't the culprit.
So that's the trap. They want us to expect Murokuro and then come to the wrong conclusion.
That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it definitely does seem possible, but if that's really true, then Murokuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here isn't finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation.
I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
let's go.
Well, are you coming? Yeah, let's find out, I guess. Hurry up and check the locker. That's what we're here for, after all. Number 6, this one. There are wooden lockers here. They use woodblock keys just like those super traditional bathhouses. Looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
It's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right?
I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it.
Okay.
I took out the woodblock key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock and click. The locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Titanium arrows have been added. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a weighted ball of duct tape. I wonder what it's used for. Is that a bloodstain?
See.
If it is, it means that it surely can be related to the case. The duct tape is related to the case somehow, but how could it possibly be involved? Bloody duct tape was added to the Truth Blitz section of your handbook. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now.
Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case, but how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. Huh?
What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir.
Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Murokuro was part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that?
Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Research?
You talking about the archive? That's right, the archive does have all kinds of info the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Oh god, it could be bloody anywhere. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seems to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to the shelf in the back. Here we go. He quickly returned with a file in hand.
I see.
Take a look at this.
I have no idea what it says. What language is this?
How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French?
I'm pretty sure most of the high schoolers can't speak French.
Well, whatever, I'll read it to you, but expect to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out in the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they're a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe that there was mounting internal tension within the group and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it?
This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality.
Well, it isn't. It's our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields are much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it,
The report said something about the name Fenrir comes from, right?
that's right. It said the Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show as they're a member of each team, each soldier that joins the squad will get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. It's the wolf on the hand. Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely Makuru Ikasaba. The body absolutely is. But who killed her?
What?
They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean? Yeah, okay. Well, I think it's safe. I think we've safely identified who the body is, I think, to be sure.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the Earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
Then the time has come. All we can do now is try and uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Shit, I'm nervous. See, I know who the victim is. But now I'm like... Okay, well, if the victim isn't Kyoko, A, where is Kyoko? And also, did Kyoko kill Makuro Ikusaba? Or... was it an accident? Like, what happened? Like, I have absolutely no idea. I feel like every single one of these trials, I am getting less and less and less confident of my choices. I think it's because of the dwindling cast. I'm like, I don't want to kill any of them. Do you know what I mean? Oh, whoa. Byakuya and Makoto showed up together?
Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word.
We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point?
Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together. Just the two of you. What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself, but... we stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen, and then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again?
What should we do? Should we keep waiting here or...
Or what?
Jesus!
Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that?
What? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait.
Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. So let's start till everyone's here now, can we?
What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you.
Sorry, but you're wrong.
Yeah, Kyoko's alive. He's waiting for Kyoko to pop up, yeah.
But I've been waiting 10 minutes now. So it's okay if I punish them while making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now.
If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. I think this is Kyoko, isn't it? When we heard the voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
Kyoko! Fucking knew she was alive.
I'm here, and no rule's been broken. Kyoko!
Oh, yay! I knew she was alive. Oh, she might have killed her, though. Oh, no. Oh, this could end badly. Oh, I'm happy for now, though. I knew she was alive. I knew it. I knew my girl was alive. Let's go.
Kyoko, you're still alive.
No! That's a ghost! Hero is just becoming so much more unhinged to voice. I love it.
Stop talking.
If you want to fight, do it in the class trial. Save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay? There's no particular penalty for being late?
is that
I
right?
made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong?
You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, no penalty officially.
Sorry, I don't know what happened to that voice.
But I'll bet you'll be sorry later. Shing! No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you.
When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko.
Kyoko! So you really didn't die.
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God. I'm so glad you're okay.
Perhaps, but it's not necessarily a good thing for us.
Huh?
He's right! Now we've got to deal with the ghost!
I told you, stop talking!
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator.
Master, wait for me!
Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But I'll be happy when this trial is all over.
One after another, everyone piled into the elevator, but I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started.
Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been all this time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't many monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. So, then when did you find out? Just now. I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go into a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? Oh.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma. We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation. Because this is probably the single most crucial moment for me so far. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? I don't know. I don't know if she did kill them or not. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. We'll see. I'm really going into this one very blind. I've got no clue. I don't even have like a guess. This time the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. Oh, this is a very bright room, isn't it?
I can't wait!
I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Thrills,
Let's
chills,
get on with the
kills.
show.
And so the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Okay.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's either Mukuro Ikusaba or someone that has had, like, it's like a random person, but they've had, like, Mukuro Ikusaba's, like, thing printed on the hand and stuff specifically.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Are you a fucking idiot? She's right there!
But Kyoko's standing right there.
Like, she's right there, dude.
No, that's a ghost!
Oh, for God's sake. Such an idiot.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because
He's an idiot.
she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Are you okay, dude? I think being in this place is beginning to send him a little bit weird.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
Yes.
Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait Kyoko has that proves that the body doesn't belong to her, the gloves.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way the corpse is Kyoko, but if I can't prove why, we're going to be stuck here and the case won't move forward, so I don't have any choice but to... Here we go. It begins. Got to remember how to bloody play again. Tattoo on the right hand, exploded body analysis, fake nails. I think it's tattoo on the right hand.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Yeah, basically. I know the body's in Kyoko's and I know I can prove it. Yeah, I know.
She was wearing.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No, that's wrong. No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Accurate.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
He is a bit of an idiot, yes. But I think we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
And the one thing that can tell us was on the victim's own body. Okay.
If Kyoko
Tattoo.
really
Tattoo,
is...
right?
Identify the body?
No, that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Okay, thanks, Toko. For fuck's sake.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
It might be on you. So just, you know, be careful saying that.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to other information we have, the victim identity should become clear. Should be...
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm guessing that's Wolf. The W... Oh, you're kidding. Stop it. And then an F.
Now I understand.
Didn't appreciate it. It started swinging round. No. I get tense enough
The
during these
representation
days.
of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Oh dear. Oh, why do I feel like this is not going to end well for us?
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
Yeah, I don't think she was. I think she was like a mercenary hired by the mastermind.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Maybe, or did Kyoko tell us this deliberately? Oh, this game plays such mind tricks with you because it's like, is she telling us stuff to be helpful, or is she telling us stuff to manipulate us into a situation where then she can figure something else out? It's so tough because
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character, which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
well, no, we know that it's someone participating in the game because we got told. So if it's not Mukuro Ikusaba, it's someone else. Which means the mastermind is either one of these characters, which I don't think it is, or it's someone previously, which, if it is, like, who? Oh, dude.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this, no matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused,
God damn it.
let me state this one more time for the record.
Okay.
The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains.
See, you've really got to read into what Monokuma said, though, because Monokuma didn't say that there was a murderer among us. They said a murder had taken place among the students. Oh, God damn it. Oh, God. Because what if it's like the real mastermind is the one that's actually killed Mukuro Ikusaba, but we don't know who the real mastermind is? Oh, God.
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Or the mastermind killed Mukuro, but one of us is going to end up taking the blame for it. We are in such shit. We're so fucked. What are we going to do?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Oh, God. But it's like, but it could be someone that we think's dead. Fuck. Oh, this is so confusing. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Well, I think he thinks it's me. So, well, Makoto. So, based on what we know, there can only be 2 suspects. I think it's Makoto and Kyoko.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden. So I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The 4 of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs, all of which is to say, the 4 of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
The only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? When she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body discovered? It was at 9, wasn't it?
I got it!
Yeah.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Yeah. Now then, Toko, what time is it?
Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now.
Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01. Yeah, this ridiculous interaction.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. and I don't have an alibi between 10 p.m. and 7:30 a.m. Okay, it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Is it gonna be to do with when it's wet because of the sprinklers turning on at 7:30? I think sprinklers, is gonna be the one I need.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Which might be
That's
the one.
more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Okay. There's something that happens in the garden at the same time every morning. Think about the torch was totally dry. In which case, I should be able to figure out when the murder... Yeah, when it's been against
We've
the garden.
established a place
Somewhere between 10 o'clock and...
No, that's wrong! Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden.
Yeah, I think because the body's dry. So it must have taken place between 7:30 and 9, right?
The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
It's literally you, Toko. Ew.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
I need to prove they wasn't sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence and that should do it. No! Don't make me do a bullet time battle, please! If we look at the body itself, it should make it clear. No, don't do it to me. No! Oh, damn it. I've forgotten how to play. I forgot how you do it.
Nothing.
Oh, I've forgotten.
I hate you. No!
Oh god, oh, I've already forgotten how you play.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything. Hold on.
Ted.
Oh, no!
Okay.
I don't know anything.
I hate this. I hate it.
Hold on. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything.
My god, I hate this so much. I hate it. I hate it.
Trying to blame me?
I think I'm really done. Wait.
I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. How can you say it wasn't?
This should prove it.
I hate bullet time battles. I hate them with a passion. I fucking hate them. Oh, they make
Just
me so
remember what the
nervous.
body
I just
was like
panic.
after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers.
God, I hate that so much.
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
Yeah, I threw the water on it.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
Well, hang on a minute though, because the blade went all the way through the body, so surely there would have been blood where the body was placed, so the murder could have taken place elsewhere at any time, because it was still wet-ish, but there was no actual blood out, so like it could have taken place somewhere else and then she was moved, so the murder could have taken place way before then, right?
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue,
right?
I don't want Makoto to die, but like, like if they want to believe it, it's fine, but I'm just thinking like, technically the murder could have taken place elsewhere, actually. We just didn't find where it was.
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Murakura's killer is... No way, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone that's...
I'd just like to say one thing.
Okay.
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Oh, shit. Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all, and as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
Oh shit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
Oh my god. I mean, she's right. There are a couple of things that we haven't explained yet. And obviously... Oh my god!
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
Is she trying to push the blame onto me?
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
Oh, there was the tarp though, right?
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
A certain something in the scene was used to cover the body. Could it have been? Yeah, that tarp that we found, right?
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
What the fuck? Oh, okay. Is she, like, I feel like she's doing this deliberately, but, like, she might get me killed. Like, I don't, shit. I don't know what to do. Okay. Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. The tarp, if it was used in the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body.
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's going to think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. This has gotten fucking tense. Oh no. Body before the explosion. It must be that one, right?
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
I remember the blood on the body hadn't dried yet. Byakuya even warned us not to touch it to avoid getting any blood on us.
It didn't get dirty!
No, that's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
But then the other side was dirty, so it's...
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something
there
like
was
that?
Wasn't there some blood in the nurse's office?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's
Oh.
not what happened this time.
Okay.
The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
The chicken! They got blood right there in the garden. It must mean the chicken! They killed a chicken!
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
Oh, they murdered one of the fucking
When
chickens!
I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens.
God damn it!
But after the murder, There were only 4.
Oh.
So you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
I was gonna say, I'm trying to remember, if you know the scene where Mikuru Kusaba was at our bed, I don't remember seeing their hand. I want to know if they had the tattoo on their hand in that scene, because I have a feeling that Mikuru Kusaba was already dead. Which is why maybe there was like no blood from the knife being in the body if they were already dead, and the body was just like placed there, and then the blood was put there and stuff. Basically, it was like it's like staged, and it was the actual killer, like the actual person, the mastermind behind all of this, that was in our room that Kyoko chased off, is what I'm wondering.
They covered it beforehand?
Like this was like staged, yeah.
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Yeah, so like this body was already dead and staged here, and then like the mastermind has put these on to set this up, maybe. I'm presuming it's the mastermind, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult. Huh? They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
She is like pushing for it to be us. What the fuck?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me again, but why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. No, I don't either. What the fuck is going on? This guy's dead body.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
That was the knife that we had in our room,
That's
right?
what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Listen, more important, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it?
We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. I don't know what she might do.
I don't want it anyway. So what to do?
Fuck! Oh my god, is she setting us up? What the fuck? Because the thing is, if she sets us up and we get killed and she's actually the one that murdered them, she gets to leave. She's not setting us up, right? No way. Because she was saying, I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm not going to allow you guys to accuse me because I need to find out who this is. So even if we all die, she could still leave here and then go after Monokuma. Is that what's fucking going on here? I'm so angry if that's the case.
Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
Oh my god, we're gonna fucking die! Oh my god! And then she's gonna survive. Holy shit.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
Wait a minute. Are those meant to be their hands or are those gloves? There's no tattoo. There's no fucking tattoo. That is not Mukuro Ikusaba in that room. But then also, if are those gloves or not? I don't know. They don't look like they've got fingernails on. Maybe they are gloves. Yeah, I don't know if it's just the art style. I can't tell. I'm not sure. But Mukuro Ikusaba can't wear gloves because of the nails. So who the fuck is that? I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed.
Oh
The knife
no.
we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it.
Oh my god, you're all gonna
1000%
die.
convinced.
Considering everything until now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Oh, bitch! Oh my god, this is going so wrong. Okay, I don't know which one of those would help me right now, but okay, let's see what the options
The
are.
knife we found lodged in the dead body.
Oh shit.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question.
Well, we don't actually
You
know
took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Coming from you, Toko. We already established the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed, which means when the knife was thrust through the coat into the body...
The stab is what killed her.
No, that's wrong.
This is so tense. This is so goddamn tense. This is not funny.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp and then put the bloody coat on it. In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
I reckon she was already dead. And that explains why, like, having the knife, like, stabbed through was, like, there was no blood or anything. Like, I reckon she was dead before.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
But why would I then need to have the bloody coat? The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot. There's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Then the knife
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer.
We are so smart.
They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her.
So...
Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
Yeah, like Toko went absolutely flying. She went so high. Like, jeez. And she was absolutely fine. That was insane.
The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic-level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Yeah, I was pretty dumb.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
The only explanation I can think of for the explosion,
A gun! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
oh shit.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. How are we supposed to know that, though? Okay.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
The knife was covered, but all of the wounds on her body weren't fresh, which only leaves.
Continue the debate. The victim's
Must be
Fatal injury
that, right?
has yet to be.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
Well, no, she was a mercenary, so unless something else happened.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power.
Oh, is it the arrows?
I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
All right, guys, get a room. This is fucking disturbing.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Oh my god.
Seriously?
That's just fucking hell.
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder
the arrows,
weapon.
right, in the locker? Because the tape was in there as well, so surely that's got something to do with it. The real murder weapon, yeah, those titanium arrows, it must be them. Must be them, right?
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I mean, it's definitely weird because they, like, arrows are, like, really thin. So for it to be thick enough to, like, do some real damage, it would have to have been shot out of something, really. One more secret. Well, there was the tape in front of it, and then that keycard was in her room. Yeah, let's see what the options are.
The titanium arrow.
Oh, whoops.
It was in the dojo locker, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Oh, unless, like, they
Back to
tied them
Master.
together, maybe, to make, like,
You have no right!
thicker weapon to hit. Even then, titanium arrow wouldn't be nearly thick enough, which is why they used...
Would just be too thin.
That one, right? Yeah.
No, that's wrong. You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Well, that's a lie.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Oh, God! I'm so torn right now.
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. It must be connected to the dojo locker. Woodblock key?
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
Oh my god, are they about to kill off Kyoko? I don't think we can get out of this situation if she's dead. But also, she was trying to kill me, so I'm sort of like, ugh.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb.
Oh god, is she being set? I don't know.
That key is just the final piece of the puzzle.
It's like, did she set me up? Oh my, I'm so confused.
Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? And does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone for me? Oh, shit.
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
But it's like she being set up by Monokuma.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
I don't know. Oh shit, I don't know.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
Ooh. What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? When the body was found?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
She's not the killer?
I'm not the killer.
What does that mean?
You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room.
Oh, I mean, he does have the key to her room.
Could I really have done that?
Oh, because he's got the key? Which would mean...
that you aren't the culprit.
No, that's wrong. If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
That's actually a really good point.
Huh? Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
But then why did she think it was me? Because I couldn't have put the locker key in her room either. But then I guess she may not have known about the locker key in her room if she hadn't actually been in her room. No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just said, an obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning in what Kyoko said earlier?
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. Mastermind's trap? The trap is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The Mastermind's trap? The victim was Makuro and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not I want to expose Kyoko's lie. Run! Why does this feel like a really important decision? But, oh god, right, I need to think. Right. But the thing is, if it's not Kyoko, then who is it? And why is it? But the thing is, we know Kyoko's lying. So the point of these trials is to get to the point of the truth. But like, did Kyoko kill them? Or is it like a technicality? I don't freaking know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I feel like my gut is telling me that I should trust Kyoko. Like, I feel like that's what my gut's telling me. But Kyoko was trying to push it onto me. So I'm worried that then she's gonna find a way to either flip this round on me or flip this round on Byakuya, and I don't think it was either of us. So I'm just kind of like, if I don't expose her and she actually is the killer, then we're all gonna die. But on the flip side of it, if she isn't the killer, then this is the trap. I'd be interested to see how she gets herself out of it, because I don't see Kyoko dying. She's too important of a character. And there's too many of us left. And, like, I just don't see Kyoko, like, dying. Like, we still got another, like, chapter or two to go, right? But at the same time, if we don't get this right, then we might all die, and then Kyoko gets to walk out of here. This trial is fucked with my mind. I honestly don't know. I think I'm gonna pursue the lie. Usually if you get something wrong, the game like resets anyway. So like, I'm presuming it would just like end the game if if it's like the wrong option, you know? So I'm probably kind of safe, right?
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement.
Why
just
does
now.
that feel like a mistake? I instantly made a mistake. I regret my choice. Oh no.
A lie?
Oh no.
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
Why do I feel like this is the wrong choice?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you, so let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko's definitely lying, and it must be because there's some of the deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. Because she has the key to get into every room. She's got Monokuma's key.
I didn't have the key to my room.
She's got Monokuma's key, though.
Because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Well, we know that's not true because she's got the Monokuma
when we
key.
searched Kyoko's room, how else could the key have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there. That's the only explanation.
Kyoko told me herself before the trial started that she had stolen something very important from the headmaster's room. Yeah.
I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
No, that's wrong.
This feels like the wrong choice.
No. Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself. Didn't you, Kyoko?
Actually, to be precise, not quite. I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school.
What? Monokuma's secret tool?
God, is it? I feel like I've fucked up.
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room.
God.
It lets you get into any room in the school, which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing—
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then, are you saying you really didn't, Kyoko? You really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any—
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you! But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Why does this feel like a mistake? Wait, is this actually happening? Is this actually happening? What? Wait, is she? Wait, she actually was the killer?
Good job.
You got it right. Brilliantly right.
We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Is everyone ready? Okay then.
Let's give it everything we've got.
Why is this so rushed?
It's punishment time.
What? No, do we not get any closure? What? Kyoko has been found guilty. Why does this feel so wrong? This doesn't feel right. What is going on? The fuck is that? The fuck? Oh, that's a horrible way to die! You can't put Kyoko in that! Oh! Come on! Something needs to happen! Come on! No, come on! Oh, come on! There must be some way of getting out of this. Come on! No way! No way! And that's how the class trial of Mikuru Ikusawa came to an end. What? I still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent or regardless the truth was lost forever, even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Makuro's class trial, and in the end it would prove to be our last class trial. Once the case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, what? Peace, but only inside the school. Oh, wait a minute. Is this the bad ending? Oh my god, I was so confused. Well, hang on a minute. Why does she have one child that looks like each of them? What is happening? Freaking Toko's dead? What is happening? Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope. This is hope.
No! This isn't right!
Oh, thank God. I was gonna say, I was like, there's no way. Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Her claim? Oh, that's right, I have to. Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? Fuck no! She's not wrong, I have to think about this very carefully. What do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Let it the fuck go! We ain't exposing shit! Hell no! I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. Yes, I fucking do. Wow. What a fucking mistake. There's no way she would kill someone. It has to be some secret here, something to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
Oh my god, I'm still just so panicked over that whole scene. I can't, my brain cannot, like, process what I just saw.
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
Oh shit. Are they still gonna find us guilty?
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Who the fuck are we voting for?
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh my god. Oh god, they're gonna vote for me! Well, Makoto. Oh! What?
What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone.
Good job.
Yep.
They got it right.
Oh, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey, it makes perfect sense.
Shing!
The same as always, just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills!
It's
chills,
fair.
kills!
Heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment.
Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
What? Wait! Ah! No! Wait, no! Oh! Oh, is it the same? Oh my god, you are kidding me! Is anything going to happen, or are we just gonna allow this? Do I need to just run away? Am I picking the wrong option? Hello? Oh, Makoto! Oh no! Hello? Oh god! Oh! Yes! Gio! Oh my god! Whoa! 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 Oh my god, we got saved!
What's this? What's going on?
Hey, was that?
Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter ego.
Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? It's a plan when he invaded my network. Damn it all. I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us.
What are you talking like you've already won?
I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch.
The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. Threw us away in a garbage-strewn pit in a way. That's an even better special punishment.
But it's still not enough.
I'm still not satisfied.
I'm gonna bring despair to the rest of you.
Bring despair to this entire world. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words...
Now, it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed.
The massive high school towers all over... What is going on? The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in the bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say you can only come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. The only way is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me.
What? Where am I?
I woke up my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before.
What the heck is going on?
Finally, I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare?
No, this isn't a dream.
I could tell because the stench invaded my nostrils was too powerful for a dream.
What an awful smell.
I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high across the area.
This must be some kind of underground garbage pit?
Heck of a situation to find myself in, but that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in here till I wasted away and died?
No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friends went through to save me.
I remembered all too well what had happened. Oh, Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. Alter Ego!
So I can't give up now.
For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First, it was start looking for a way out of here. Okay, I'm seeing like a little Monokuma there. That's a rocket in a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Things to look at. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Is that an aeroplane? How did something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge.
Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. But if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon.
I decided to look around for some food.
There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten.
But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water.
How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around a bad idea?
Again, pointless. I feel like
I'm blocked in on all sides.
But that's still not enough reason to give up because
I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up.
After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but at least a full day had to have passed, and all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, Or fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. What the? A strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched a pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape.
Did something fall down over there?
Something fell from up above. What could it have been?
Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here?
I carefully stretched my hand towards whatever it was that tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
A balanced cup of noodles on her head.
Kyoko!
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you.
I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko.
You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished.
Thank you.
I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach.
Whew, that really hit the spot. Now that I've got all the energy I need to keep going. Oh, you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Hmm?
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. Yeah, I didn't choose the other option at all. No, but we're gonna pretend that just didn't happen. It was just a dream. It was a dream. I should have picked the runaway option. That would have been funny.
So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you.
Don't say that. You didn't abandon me.
No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, that's not... Not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive no matter the cost.
Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive...
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do.
What?
I made my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason.
So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was.
No memory? That's impossible.
Amnesia? Then, is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing?
You're talking about when we fainted, right?
I fainted and I woke up and I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's strange to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient.
Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory.
But why would they want to do that?
There's only one reason I can come up with. Because my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean, somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. Which is why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time.
But if what you say is true, then why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance the mastermind is actually one of us.
What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it, it's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me.
But why me?
Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but...
I see.
Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing.
It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you to help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced.
Honestly, I was convinced. I think it's just her personality.
You said you had a reason for doing that, investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective.
I knew it! I knew it! She was too good! She was too goddamn good! I knew it was going to be like the ultimate detective. I fucking called that. I am a genius. I'm the ultimate detective, it turns out. Ignoring what we did earlier, that did not exist. It was a dream. It was a fake reality.
The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well...
I knew it! I knew she was here for the headmaster. I think like, she did imply that earlier, that she sort of knew him, and I was like, I knew she's tied to the headmaster in some way.
It was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster?
Because he's my father. I knew it! I fucking called that she... Oh my god. I had a feeling that was going to be the case. Holy shit. There was a conversation earlier, and I was like, I bet she's like related to him somehow. Oh my god.
What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child, and as it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak Academy headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Yoko? What's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess and the desk drawers were dumped onto the floor. The only conclusion was that someone didn't know where anything had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is this some kind of map?
Indeed.
A layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have had some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's what I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, that part of the school, I mean? It's hard to describe. All I can say is... The moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourselves. I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important and really ominous. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but it just means... Everyone but you and me had an alibi, then who did kill her? What I can say for sure is the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole the key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly.
With minimal restrictions, you're free to explore the Hope's Peak Academy at your own discretion.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with the rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves was somehow bound by the school regulations.
Hey.
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Makuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. The ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway...
which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I heard a sudden sense of dread. I looked down at the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away, and as I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
that wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all had to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Makuro is the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. Then that's really bad if that's true. That means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're correct. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Makuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but it seems ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words...
it means the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh? Just a little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Makuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. And I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking
That's
about
right.
what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy, whoever is responsible for it, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
that despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then there,
Indeed.
Make no mistake, they're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. Oh... damn. Holy shit. That was a class trial. Oh my god, there was so many twists and turns. It makes sense now that basically, yeah, the Monokuma definitely was like onto Kyoko and was absolutely like wanting to get revenge and had hinted at that and stuff. So it makes sense that the class trial was to set up a way to frame Kyoko, but also the fact that it was almost twisted in a way that it also could frame Makoto as well was quite scary. I still think there's a few things about it that don't exactly make sense. So I could see, for example, that the person that was in the room to kill Makoto was probably going to try and kill Makoto, and then Kyoko would be the one accused of Makoto's murder. And when that didn't work out, the mastermind had to then step in and basically create another scenario where Kyoko could be accused of the murder. So I can see why that is the case. And obviously the mastermind can get into any of the rooms without the keys, and that doesn't really matter as far as I'm aware. Although the only thing I will say though is the mastermind now doesn't have the key unless there's more than one copy of that key. Because Monokuma can still kind of just pop up wherever they want. So I'm presuming there must be like a hatch in each of the rooms or something that people can get into. But yeah, so I'm not sure about that now. And the fact that they don't have the key, I'm presuming they just have like another version of that key. So we'll have to find out. But that was so tense throughout the entire of that trial. Oh my god, it was so confusing. And I was just like, I don't know who to trust, and I don't know. And it really all did point to Kyoko, so they really did do a good job at pointing it that way. But you can see how desperate they're becoming. I would say the only thing that's a bit of a shame is that, obviously, I think there's part of me that kind of wishes we were playing this game from Kyoko's perspective, not Makoto's perspective. Because Kyoko is like having to sneak into areas and like go and find out information and stuff so that you can kind of piece things together. And
I'm not gonna lie, I think it would be so interesting to play it from her perspective. Or if they didn't have Kyoko popping down at the end and have her becoming like the new character that you play in the final chapter, and we don't know what's happened to Makoto until Makoto maybe finds a way out of that room. But I'm presuming that Kyoko went down there because obviously she's got the key and she can let him out, and obviously then they can, you know, she can save him basically. But wow, I don't know who the mastermind is. I think Monokuma's hint earlier at the mastermind being one of the 16 students, that obviously hasn't really been raised again, and obviously we know that Kyoko's suspicious that it's one of the 16 students. I think it's one of the ones that's died. I'm pretty convinced at this point. I think Makuro was either hired or pulled into this game as well and was just either working for the mastermind or was like another victim. Sakura was obviously same again, working for the mastermind and became another victim. Yeah, I think it's one of the ones that's died. I don't see it being any of the ones that are currently alive. Also, the strange thing was, even in that alternative ending, it seems like it's really weird because they just like had like a happy ending. It didn't really make much sense, the kind of sad ending that basically there was just never a murder again and stuff, because it seems like Monokuma and stuff are perfectly able to interfere and want to create that level of chaos and destruction. And it's like the views and the ratings having this ending where, like, I'm presuming they get into a polyamorous relationship. I've got absolutely no idea. But having that ending just seemed really weird. Overall, a very jarring chapter. Was good though. Was very good. And I'm glad that wasn't the actual ending, and I'm glad that, you know, we're still going and stuff. But yeah, out of all the students that are dead, I honestly don't know who it would be. Next is chapter 6, so I don't know how much more we've got to play before the end. So yeah, next part will be up soon. But wow, we are getting so close to whoever this mastermind is. I'm looking forward to finding out. But thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I've also got socials down below that you can follow as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you very soon. Have an amazing rest of your day.